Content warning. This game contains depiction of gender discrimination, child abuse, I think it said, 100 other things. I guess you should pause that and read that if you want. It's gone. Silent Hill F. I can finally find out what F means. I've been waiting to get to that alphabet. So I just want to point out that I'm basically on the development team of this game, in that this is going to be new people that don't understand the joke. I have played a Silent Hill game on this channel every October, starting arbitrarily 8 years ago. I got through all 8 mainline Silent Hill games once a year and finished Downpour this time last year. I basically summoned a new Silent Hill game is what it feels like. Like there was no Silent Hill games that entire time, and that was already after there being a drought before that. Like there's such a long stretch without Silent Hill games, and I, through raw dedication, summoned a new one by doing a yearly ritual of the entire franchise until suddenly this one came out. I'm a genius. Panini projection? Is that what they call what? I don't know what that means. I just know it's a sandwich. So I was like, what did you just say to me? There we go. The conversion is on. Let's go. I'm ready to go. Ooh. Difficulties are... So Lost in the Fog is hard. Story puzzles will be easier to solve. Hard, balanced puzzles experience for players looking for a traditional Silent Hill experience. Lost in the Fog, you're gonna fucking die. Okay, so hard, right? Weaker enemies and more resources. The traditional Silent Hill difficulty for story-focused players. I like that they admit that Silent Hill is a traditionally easy horror franchise. I find that that's always been the interesting dilemma to me, is that between Resident Evil and Silent Hill, in Resident Evil, you're like a ultra-trained badass super cop man in most of the games, and in Silent Hill, you're some guy just kind of having a bad day. But paradoxically, when you compare those two, in the Silent Hill games, you're really strong, and it's not that hard to just bulldoze through the entire story and not even have to worry about resources or fighting well. And in Resident Evil, zombies are so, and other monsters of various other kinds, are so hard to kill, and your poor little bowl cut boy is so easy to murder, that even though he's way tougher in his own universe, supposedly, the actual contrast between these two tentpole horror franchises has always been a funny contrast. I'm gonna play hard, I think. Lost in the Fog sounds comical for puzzle difficulty, and I don't know what that entails. Obviously, I'm a puzzle game channel to a large extent. I love puzzles, but when it's not in a puzzle genre, jumping headfirst into crazy difficulties, you have no idea what they're going to throw at you. It could be, not to be a little uncharitable, it could be ass. Want the black or white costumes? I guess navy costume. Not used to being confronted up front with the costume select.
I don't need them anyway. Who even cares about their dumb games?
Hinako? I thought you were playing with your friends.
They said I can't play house with them because I hang out with boys.
Well, how about you play with your big sister instead?
Really?
Thanks for waiting. Junko, did something happen?
Mm-mm. Just reminiscing a little. About, you know, when we were kids, you always looked out for me.
Hinako,
Here, this is for you. Thank you.
Really grounds you in the setting up front.
Hinako! How dare you speak to your parents like that?
Dear, please calm down.
At least Junko knows how to show some respect. Why the hell can't you be more like her?
He seems nice.
Where do you think you're going? We're not done here, young lady.
Darling, please. You've already made your point.
Then why isn't she listening to me? If you hadn't spoiled her so much, she wouldn't act like such a brat all the time.
Hinako, don't go. Your father's just worried.
I'm gonna go see my friends.
Come home soon.
The placating. That's rough. Yeah, this is the time to get the fuck out of the house.
There's no way. Never.
Immediate, it's like, should I come over here? What's over here? As if I should already expect items to exist. This will be interesting. It does feel like Silent Hill is such a distinctly American setting. Obviously it's not by American developers originally, but I mean like it's so tied to the kind of region that's very fascinating to then be like, well, here's a one that's just straight up set in Japan. I believe from the same writer as Higurashi, which is also a wild choice. It's a bit, it kind of gestures at the lost opportunity of Silent Hills and having someone, having a particularly loud creative voice be in charge of the next game. This is essentially the first proper Silent Hill thing since PT, which I believe was in 2014, 11 years ago. And even then, it had been a while since the last Silent Hill game came out before then. I guess PT, honestly, well, that wasn't really a proper Silent Hill game, but it made waves. I have not played the remake yet of 2. Maybe I'll do that next year, since I'll be out of Silent Hills. I don't expect another one to be out already by then. I've dodged the supposedly really, really bad Telltale Games style streamed thingy one that people didn't like, and I've not played the short message yet. Article: Serious Issues in Ebisugaoka. April 21st, Showa 20, 1945. Evening edition. The onsen geyser that suddenly started spewing water on the 3rd of this month in Iwashimitsu, Ebisugaoka, I'm so sorry, Ebisugaoka, of Yamabe district finally came to a stop early this morning. The geyser reached a height of at least 30 meters, but the ceaseless noise and pungent hydrogen sulfide gas have left residents troubled. 3 individuals have been hospitalized with complaints of skin sores and other maladies they claim were caused by the gas. In addition, strong concentrations of arsenic have been detected in the geyser's water, 20 milligrams per liter. Many residents have concerns about future environmental issues this might lead to. Collectibles. Okay, so this is the dead end. I saw the road going up and thought maybe this was the way I was supposed to go and was about to turn around and check out the other optional direction. Entry to mountain prohibited.
Landslides blocked off the path. Used to climb up there.
I know somebody's going to be like, the game defaults to Japanese dialogue and you switched it to English and I hate this video now because of that. I get it, but I'm not going to I don't even need to be a part of the subs versus dub debate. At the end of the day, this is a YouTube series and about half of you just stop watching the moment you get hit with Japanese voices and therefore have to read. Not for the reasons why people hate reading subtitles in movies, but because just that's the function of YouTube videos, is you guys are often multitasking. So for that reason, I have spared us the Japanese vocals because it's a huge logistical problem for a bunch of you, and if there's any inconvenience, that just means no one watches the videos. So that is the plight of any Let's Player. Just be merciful towards us. Don't complain at every Let's Play freezing English voices. They don't get a job if that doesn't happen. Local doctor's note. There have been sightings of foxes coming into town recently. I'm sure the older generations who have grown up learning to respect foxes are fine, but I'm concerned for any children who may try and chase or provoke the creatures. Foxes by nature are not aggressive, but just like wild dogs, they carry diseases such as rabies, tetanus, and echinococosis, to name just a few. Sounds like a poop disease. That's the right prefixes are mixed in there. The town committee should send out warnings to ensure people don't get unnecessarily close to them. It would be cool just to see foxes just kind of around. Wildlife technically exists here, but it's like I get one sighting per animal in my life ever, and then I'll never see another one. I've seen one bobcat when I was hiking with a friend this year. A mountain lion ran across the road once at night when we were driving to a wedding. We only retroactively realized it was a mountain lion as time went. I didn't get to accurately see it. It was just more that I'm like, that wasn't a dog or anything like that. That thing was too long and too low to the ground. And I'm like, that was a fucking cougar. Whoa. And I've seen one coyote, although I hear that those are much more of a plague on people in Southern California. But I've only seen one run across the road once. I've also seen one possum. I have seen a number of raccoons, so I've been blessed with raccoons. Those are neat. And squirrels, obviously, are barely worth mentioning. Now I'm just listing animals, apparently. As I trespass, searching for collectibles or any other details. Very lived-in space. Got the air compressors, leftover sheet metal, tool shed type spots, chopped wood. It's neat getting a sense of what they deal with logistically. We have a shrine. Are shrines safe points? They sure are.
Oh gods, what should I do?
It's time to run away from home. there is a sense that like whatever is about to happen is about to blow your current problems out of the water a little bit. But since it's Silent Hill, they're likely to be related and directly riffing on the your particular traumas and guilts. Given her age, I'm guessing she doesn't particularly deserve having Silent Hill happen to her, but there has been a few Silent Hills, I think, where the people that it happens to didn't really do anything to earn it. Like in Silent Hill Origins, the poor trucker just kind of happened to be there. Drinking at this time of day? You don't know if they're drinking at this time of day, you just know the bottles are here. They don't rot. A woman is only complete when she's loved. Oh no. Featuring the latest fashion for young women so pure, they even make flowers blush. Oh. Gender. This is a beautiful setting, and it's only making my computer's fan scream a little bit. Good use of fog. So we have a well. Is it still called a well when it's a pump like that? I guess a well is more of a retrieval. It's like the way that the water is accessed more so than the actual mechanic of how it's brought to the surface. I'm guessing our goal is to go towards town, so let's see around here.
Holy Nari-sama. The fox gods enshrined all over the place.
We have a journal. Shimizu Hinako. Me. There's not a single extraordinary thing about me, except maybe being tall for a girl my age. I used to be in the track and field club, which is probably why I'm better at sports than most girls. I guess I got used to running around a lot when I was a kid, since I preferred playing with boys. I will admit, I can be quite stubborn at times. I don't like accepting things that the other people decide for me, even if it's the right thing to do. More than once I've rebelled and made the wrong decision, only to regret it later. There's Mom, my mother, Shimizu Kimei. If I had to choose one word to describe her, it would be pitiful. She's the one who bears the brunt of my father's violent moods and malicious abuse. When I was younger, she used to protect me from him, so I didn't hate her back then. But maybe I do hate her now. Even as my father screams in her face, throws bowls at her, and sends her out for alcohol late at night, she remains ever loyal to him. I just cannot, will not, accept her way of life. It's a challenge that's there's actually a significant generational thing going on here, which is that women it's not just feminism. It's like there's genuine element where like women actually had less agency in many societies just a few decades ago. Like the stat that always fucks me up is when I hear about how recently in the United States women couldn't have bank accounts. Only men could have bank accounts. Like that's a wild limit on the agency of every woman in the country to not have that. And I didn't even know about that until it came up in Handmaid's Tale, that it's like, oh, one of the first things they do is took away all the women's bank accounts and merged them with their husbands and so on. And it's like, well, excuse me? But like that's accurate to much more recent history than you would think. Like that level of discrimination and element. So it's like, in many cases, women were just assigned to or stuck to men. There's obviously arranged marriages, but then you also have elements like just like the idea that like when you have that level of lack of agency, even if you're not in an arranged marriage, you're not technically being forced to marry somebody. There are so many coercive incentives for you to marry a man, even one that treats you poorly and even one that you don't love, just because they have power and can give you access to a functioning life, essentially, in a way that you just don't get to have if you're a solo woman in those older eras. It's deeply fucked up. And nowadays there's this whole dilemma about like men struggling to figure out what to do. How do you get women to like you, and how do you find somebody to marry, and so on. And damn that feminism. But like, it's really an effect of the fact that like women actually have the ability to be people now, and the generations before them that didn't struggle to find relationships in the same way. It's because women just didn't have as many rights, and were in many ways kind of captives in a way, or at least there were so many coercive incentives for them to be in these marriages that made them miserable, because you couldn't function without the marriage. You were kind of captive to it, even if it wasn't arranged or legally enforced, and so on. Like, what were you going to do? And so there can be a friction here where the mother and daughter can have this irreconcilable thing, because the mother is so placative of the abuse and stuff that she puts up with, and the dad is abusive because he can get away with it and never had to learn to be a proper person in many cases, because he kind of just owns his wife. And as things get more progressive and change over time, the daughter could potentially be in a different situation entirely and have a different future ahead of her, in a way where she kind of never learns to fully relate to what her mom actually had to go through to get where she is and to raise her and so on, because there's genuinely a change in the world as time goes on. Like, I think about it in terms of, like, for example, like, at me as a gay guy that was in the closet till I was like 32, if I remember correctly. There are people now who grow up queer and they don't even consider the idea of being in the closet, because they just grow up in such a good environment sometimes, maybe less so now this year, where it doesn't even occur to them to hide themselves, which is incredible, but it also leads to a strange lack of empathy for older gay people and what they went through, and like a dismissiveness of it, almost as if the people who were in the closet for decades were weak and you're stronger or something. Like a profound lack of empathy for modern queer teenagers for older gay people and so on. And that's really frustrating, because it's like, it's cruel to think that way to some extent. So on some level, I kind of can get this struggle here, this strange division between them. It doesn't make the mom right to be placating the abusive husband with the daughter involved and everything, but it's like, oh, what a fucking mess. That's much more irreconcilable and harder to wrap your head around than everyone involved really probably understands, and they maybe never will. Shimizu Kanta. My father. When I first learned of the term patriarchal husband, and that it meant a man who does nothing but boss his wife around, he was the first person to come into mind. Dad barely talks. He ignores me when I tell him good morning, but if I say nothing, he gets angry instead. And once he's angry, he just explodes. He loses all control over his emotions in the blink of an eye. He yells at Mom, throws things around, even hits us. Why can't he like that? Why can't he act like that in public? Why does everyone else only get to see his quiet, calm side? If it meant that I wouldn't have to spend another second with him in that house, I'd happily let myself be taken away. Uh-huh. This is a thing I've never understood. There's fathers that will hit their children, and I've experienced that firsthand, and it's often normalized as if that's what parenting is. And like growing up, I didn't really question it because that's just what life was. But later on, you're like, wait, how? If you try to imagine yourself having kids, it's so difficult to imagine, even when they're frustrating, the idea of hitting a child. Who would do that? How do you get into the headspace where you're ready to do that? I don't understand. Kinuta Junko, my older sister. She's one of the prettiest and kindest people I know, and there's nothing she can't do. I can rely on her for anything. Honestly, she's the greatest sister anyone could ask for. She's always been there for me, ever since the day I was born, until she left to get married. The face is blotted out. on one hand, Silent Hill game makes you wonder if it's like something being foreboding and foreshadowing about the character, but at the same time, it could just genuinely be that this is her actual diegetic journal, and she's apparently this good at drawing, and she just like spilled ink on her sister's face out of frustration, anger, spite for being abandoned, which is rough because getting out of this abusive environment is good, and people should get out of here and not come back, frankly, if the dad is like this. But if you're the one that gets out first, you're leaving your sister behind, and she's going to resent you for that because of what's happening there. I find it, this is a little interesting little detail. The dad pages are different colored. Like each tab, me, mom, and Junko are all black, and dad has a white tab, or a gray tab. White by comparison. The gold highlights are really cool. Inari-sama. Ebisugaoka is mostly composed of Inari-sama's believers. There are these statues of Inari-sama all over town. My elderly neighbors treat them with great respect and worship them. Inari-sama is also referred to as Oinari-sama, is a goddess that puts old, unusable tools to rest. They are known for their offerings preference of Aburga age tofu pierced through with an old needle. Abura age tofu pierced through with an old needle. It seems like other towns don't have these customs, though. I'm guessing there might be something special only we do for Inari-sama here in Ebisugaoka. Ebisugaoka, I'm so sorry. It's a struggle. Giving it my best go. And if you're new here, this is generally how these goes. I do just take my time and sit down and read everything that comes up and try to internalize it as best as I can and poke through what the game might be saying otherwise. It can be a struggle with Silent Hill because they're often very suggestive, like in vague ways of what they're actually up to narratively. But this is more or less my pace, because there are a lot of YouTubers that kind of try to beat the game as quickly as possible. Which also makes sense. Because the longer you go, the less people watch. And with how my channel's been doing lately, I guess they're right. Technically. But I don't want to play that way. This one's stuck. It's noteworthy that she tried this door. I don't think they would let me try the other doors.
Where is everyone? What about Chizuruya? Maybe I'll find someone there.
Chizuruya General Store. Ebisugaoka. I live in the small rural town of Ebisugaoka. Before the war, the town was lively due to an influx of people coming for the coal mines and dam construction going on in the northern mountains. After the dam construction finished and the coal mine closed down, it just became a sad little town. The grand iron bridge that connects the town to the nearby city is the only reminder of this sorry town's former glory. The irony is not lost on me that I'm currently playing this game in parallel with Clair Obscur, and I'm just deeply jealous of my friend Toaster, who speaks Japanese and French, which would really come in handy for the games I'm playing right now. Serious issues in Ebisugaoka. Starting around May, Ebisugaoka began seeing a high number of small earthquakes. The Prefectural Disaster Prevention Division predicts that there will be even more in the future. Residents remain on edge, fearful they may be early warning signs of larger earthquake yet to come, which sounds like a worrying thing when you have a dam nearby. Rumors that these events are being caused by Inari-sama's curse have been spreading among the more religiously minded of the elderly population. However, the Prefectural Disaster Prevention Division is urging residents to treat such rumors as superstition and instead prepare for any potential disasters ahead. The earthquake is likely related to the fact that the sauna, the geyser, kept spraying like a bunch of subterranean activity, geological activity in the area. There's another fox shrine. He's got a little what you call it? Apron. A lot of bottles out. Yep. How did you do that?
Excuse me? Is anyone there?
Like that.
Better find another way.
Don't like that at all. How'd they even get it like that? That's wild. Impressive. And upsetting visual. They also took a moment to show off that they had a working mirror, which is just so rare in any game, really. Even in a Resident Evil 8, they faked the mirror.
I remember there was a shortcut up ahead.
This Step on My Mommy was sitting in front of a mirror at one point, and it's actually a pre-recorded video that's playing in sync with the cutscene. They didn't actually get the mirror to work. It's very funny. Uh-huh. Well, this feels like you crawl through here and you come out in a different world by accident. Even if it wasn't Silent Hill, I'd be like, are we gonna get spirited away?
How else could she die like that? I would never. Not that family. Shh. Someone's going to hear you.
Oh. Hello? You've blocked it. Oh. I thought that was a cake. It's like a rice container, I think. Basically. Or a steamed bun sort of container. The lack of options for getting around really makes this town feel like a fire hazard.
You traitor!
Sakuko.
Where are you off to? Don't usually see you around here.
A truck was blocking the road.
Chizuruya?
I just want to talk to someone.
I'll be there in a bit, okay?
See you.
You traitor.
You want to talk about it? What's going on with y'all? Did she actually say that, or do you just feel that way? And it manifests when people like that show up. This is the back side of the truck. Kind of just curious if they hit anything here. The fact that one... Oh! There's only one front wheel, that's wild. I guess that explains how it got in that position a little bit better, actually. Name. Suzutani Mayumi. Last seen wearing white blouse, long navy skirt, beige neckerchief with black polka dots. Details of disappearance. The rest has been torn off.
It's torn.
It looks like there was a photo and not just that description, which would definitely help. It is so eerie how there's just no one around, but we've heard enough evidence of voices to know this place isn't abandoned. The use of fog is a bit tense because it makes you wonder whether or not we're like already in it or not.
It's Shu.
Shu. Iwai Shu. Shu's been my best friend since forever. He's my partner. We've been having play dates for as long as I can remember. When we played make-believe Space Wars, we'd call each other partner, and for some reason just kind of stuck. Kids of the Showa era tend to look down on the other sex, but never Shu. When I rebelled against my parents because they told me to act like a girl, he was the one who understood my feelings the most and stood by me. Yes, Igarashi Sakuko. One of my friends. She's always got her head up in the clouds and is a little strange. She's constantly trying to worm her way out of paying me back for the 500 yen I lent her that one time. Her father is the head priest of the Senensugi shrine in town. She seems to take great pride in donning the traditional Miko robes and selling charms during the New Year celebrations. One of the defining characteristics of the weird kid is just the fact that she apparently takes an interest in the stuff that the old people care about traditionally. It's kind of funny. Didn't notice that.
Hey, partner.
Shu. Say something.
What about you? Nothing you want to say?
Well, if you don't have anything, neither do I.
Well, that's my Hinako. It's not like you to just let stuff happen, though. But whatever you end up choosing, you know I'll always be there for you.
Shu.
Shu, thanks for waiting. And Hinako, too.
Rinko.
What were you guys talking about?
Nothing.
The
really.
vibes are so off.
She said that she just wanted to talk to someone.
It helped, too.
Oh. Glad to be of service, ma'am. If I had known you'd be here, I would have brought that magazine you lent me.
Oh, you can hold on to it. I knew I wasn't getting it back when I lent it to you.
What's that supposed to mean? What do you think you're laughing at? You've got something of hers too, don't you? Right?
Wait, did I borrow something? Hey, Hinako, do I get to hold on to the 500 yen I owe you too?
What happened to paying her back with interest?
I never said that. You can't prove I did.
Okay, that does it. If I lend you something, you're signing a contract to give it back.
Don't be such a mean.
Oh boy.
Sorry. What?
You trip.
Oh? Just like that, huh? Uh-huh? Oh, let's run. That came out of nowhere. At first I thought that all of her blood was being pulled out, like Magneto got to her, but it seemed like she was sprouting these roots or whatever. Could I have ran faster? Uh-oh. I was even thinking this is a weird amount of everyone acting like a normal human being in a Silent Hill game. That's suspicious. And to my surprise, they actually saw what happened. Unless this is gonna like, unless she's gonna like wake up and they don't remember this. Okay, it's gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to maintain your pace through that. Is this the equivalent of the Rust dimension? Uh-oh. No, thank you. Or, is that the bad way? Which way am I going? Not that way. Oh, no. Was there nowhere to go? Uh-oh. She's probably doing great. Don't love that. Imagine if they made me load all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so I clearly missed something. I guess it was the fact that all the stuff showed up in front of me, so I thought that meant that I couldn't go that way. Oh, no. No. Let go. Let go. Okay, so that's the thing to watch out for. Stay away from the walls. Uh-huh. Oh, there's no doors there. This door? This door. No. Oh. Check out that upper body strength. Okay, so you heard your sister for some reason. Ow.
Good thing I got this from Shu.
Note from Shu. Hey partner, these painkillers should work best for you. They'll not only take care of your headaches, but also any pain from injuries. I suspect that the main cause behind your nasty headaches is from you unconsciously grinding your teeth when you're upset. Does it sound about right? If you ever need to talk about anything, just call my name and I'll be there. Being in a town so small that you can reasonably say, yeah, just like yell my name and I'll show up is quite an experience.
That's better. Please let everyone else be okay.
They use one? So did you have any context for this, or did this just happen to you? Wild. Okay. I guess we'll check it out next time, and we'll see you. Great job. Nailed that sentence. I'll see you guys next time, and we'll see what the hell's gonna happen next. And while this playthrough is airing, if you want to get more of a Silent Hill fix, you can check out the Mega playlist in the description, where I've played 8 of them. So that'll keep you busy for a while. See you guys next time.